Hey everybody, yeah, it's late Saturday afternoon, early evening actually. Been watching football, kind of disappointed today. My Iowa Hawkeyes got their butts handed to them on a platter by Minnesota today, and not a good game at all, not a good start to the day. It was the first game I watched, but watching some other games, some of those are better. There's some that are blowouts, but some are better. So, anyway, I'm going to do one that just appeared on our shelves yesterday, and so I picked up a couple 4-packs. It's one that comes out every year, one I look forward to every year, from Sierra Nevada, and this is their 2014 edition of their Narwhal Imperial Stout. I've got 3 or 4 years of that set back in the cellar. I keep saying I'm going to have to pull some beers out of the cellar, and I just never get around to it because so many new beers keep showing up, and I'm going to have to do it sometime, but I'm not going to do any verticals or anything, because if I do 3 of these or 3 or 4 of these side by side, I'd be so hammered I wouldn't be able to do anything. So anyway, from the website it says, a malt-forward monster highlighting the depths of malt flavor. Narwhal Imperial Stout is inspired by the mysterious creature that thrives in the deepest fathoms of the frigid Arctic Ocean. Featuring incredible depth of malt flavor, rich with notes of espresso, baker's cocoa, roasted grain, and a light hint of smoke. Narwhal is a massive malt-forward monster, aggressive but refined, with a velvety smooth body and decadent finish. Narwhal will age in the bottle for years to come. 10.2% ABV, 60 IBUs. I have not had one of the older ones. I really need to pull some of those out to see how this does aged, because it was said it will age for years to come, and I'm sure it will. But anyway, got a little bit of a hiss, no smoke to speak of. I know I can probably give it a pretty aggressive pour here. Oh yeah. Good pour. Got a finger of a light brown head, tan colored head. That's black. I don't see, even on the thin part of the glass here, I don't see any light coming through there. So I really can't tell on the carbonation, but I know from experience it's fairly low. Nice looking, really creamy looking, light brown head. Good looking stout. It's what a stout should look like. So let's get a nose on it. Okay, yeah, you're getting those roasted, charred. You're getting some of that dark chocolate, cocoa maltiness there. There's some sweet coffee, some brown sugar sweetness. Getting a little bit of smokiness, but not a lot. There's a lot of dark fruits in here, like currants and dates. There's some, this being fairly fresh, there's still some hop showing up, some pine and citrus notes. Some toasted, almost toasted bread in there. A little bit of almost like a lactose type milkiness, milky sweetness to it, and maybe just a hint of that alcohol, but you don't really get any of that 10.2%. So let's get a taste. Okay, yeah, again, you're getting that dark chocolate. There's a lot of chocolate in this. You're getting those roasted, almost charred, bready malt notes. Again, just like on the nose, though, there's hardly any alcohol noticeable. There's a lot of sweetness to it. And you're getting those like dark, spicy spicy fruits, some raisins, date, maybe some figs, some dark grapes or red grapes in there. You are getting some piney, grassy, hoppy bitterness in there, along with a little citrus. Just traces of the piney resin, some light licorice, and maybe even just a little bit of a light sourness. But there is quite a bit of bitterness on the finish. A mixture of the bitter malts and the bitter dark malts and some hoppy notes. It's a medium full-bodied beer. Doesn't have very much carbonation at all, like I know from experience. And again, like I said, the alcohol is really well masked. It's leaving some nice lacing down the glass already. The head's dissipated almost totally, which often happens on these high ABV beers. And there's some alcohol or some alcohol legs down there too. But really nice stout. So let me sit. I've had this out of the fridge for half an hour or so. It's warmed up some, but it's still not room temperature. So let me sit and sip on this a while, and I will come back in a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's been a while. It's an hour and a half, probably an hour and a half. Just been sipping on this, watching some more football. Seeing if Notre Dame tried to come back against Arizona State, didn't work. Auburn, that game's pretty good too. It's within 3 points and getting towards down the end of the game, so it ought to be a good one. So I'm going to finish this up quick, but this is definitely one of the. Like I said, I look forward to this every year. It's one of the better imperial stouts out there. Almost wish it were year-round, but it's a great winter warmer, and at the price it is, $10 for a 4-pack. Really nice price. I'll probably pick up another 4-pack just to have and sit back for some of these cold winter nights I know are coming, and have a 4-pack to stick in the cellar with all the others, and maybe someday I'll start pulling those out. But this is definitely a sipping, savoring beer. It's good enough. You don't notice the alcohol bad enough that you could probably drink it pretty fast, but and really not notice it for a while. But you'd pay for it later, and you definitely would notice it later. And it's not something you'd want to go out drinking and then have to drive. It's something you want to sit and sip on at home when you're not planning on going anywhere. And that's the way it is tonight. It's very good Russian Imperial Stout. Got that slight sweetness that's kind of offsets that dark bitterness. There's sort of a, as it's warmed up, there's sort of a lingering bitterness there that doesn't quite round out the finish like I would like it to. It's this is one of those that I think is supposed to be a little sweeter Russian Imperial Stout, like a lot of them are. Doesn't have the malt-forward, malt bitterness forward, the hop bitterness forward that some of them do. And although it's got quite a bit of it, definitely doesn't have the sweetness a lot of them do. So that being said, like I said, I'm gonna have to dig out some and see how it's aged. I've got, I think 2, 3, and 4 years, or yeah, 4, 3, and 2 years cellaring. So I've got some. I got something to go back to and see how it's aged. I think this one is one that I might age well, but so far, this year's edition of the Narwhal Imperial Stout from Sierra Nevada. For a macro brewer, they do darn good stuff. I'm going to give it a good solid 9.5 out of 10. Decent, easily drinkable, almost too easily drinkable beer. Just a really good beer, and hopefully it improves with age, and I'm going to have to try some soon. So, till next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers.